Hey everybody, welcome back to Record-ology. Yeah, you did just click on a show about a chair. However, it's actually really interesting, so stay around for that alone, but also to reward you for being a loyal viewer and for hanging with me day in and day out. I've got a really cool surprise for you at the end of this video. It's a record that you've never seen before on this show, probably not anywhere else either, and we're gonna listen to it together. You're not gonna wanna miss this.
Welcome to Record-ology.
So, like many people these days, I work from home. And in addition to that, I also enjoy a lot of my free time in my office because that's where my record players are, my workbench, a lot of cool electronic gizmo. It's sort of my man cave. By the way, this enormous box, this is not a camera effect. It really is as big as it looks. Very, very heavy. I actually felt sorry for UPS having to deal with this thing. It did arrive in just a couple of days. I read some reviews on Amazon. They said that it can take a while to ship, but in my experience, I mean, we do have an Amazon distribution center here in Colorado, just north of Denver here. So maybe that's why, but I got mine quickly. But anyway, so I sit in a chair a lot. I wish I didn't sit in a chair as much as I have to, but it's just what I have to do. I mean, that's how I earn a living, by working. And imagine that, earning a living by working. So I'm sitting there, and the chair that I had been using, I had it for, 7-8 years. I actually got it from my previous company, and I had sat in this thing for years and years and years, no problem whatsoever. And then I would say about a month ago, I started just having this terrible tailbone pain when I would sit. Let me preface it by saying this is not medical advice. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just giving you my own personal opinion about my own personal body in my own personal situation. Just what you wanted to watch, right? But by the way, there really is a record at the end, a really cool one. We've never had it on the show, so do stay tuned for that. It's not clickbait. It really, really is a cool record that I want to share with you once we have a place to sit and enjoy it. Anyway, so this terrible tailbone pain, I'm like, what can I do? So I added like a stadium seat pad that we had in the garage. I threw that on. That didn't help. And I mean, I was just sitting there aching. I would stand up after a call, and I'm in, Zoom calls that last for, hours sometimes. Incident management calls sometimes go overnight. I mean, I'm sitting a lot. I'm sitting way too much. And, it's long hours in between the time that I can get to the gym and, get the blood flowing and all that stuff. So I need a good, comfortable place to sit. By the way, I'm just unpacking everything here and kind of giving you the backstory on this. So I tried a number of things. I tried that cheap pad. It didn't really help. I bought a gel pad on Amazon, and that helped somewhat. But I really needed to step my game up. Now, I'm not a huge fan of gaming chairs. They're designed for people that are going to sit and game for 8 hours. By the way, this thing is designed to be sat in 8 hours a day, 40-hour work weeks. It was literally designed for that. By the way, I was really surprised they included gloves, which I thought was silly at first. But once you're, handling the leather, it actually was really nice to have that sort of these grippy gloves. Anyway, so back to my story. Gaming chairs, it's just, what my son has one. I helped him put it together. It's really cool. It's actually really comfortable. But, people using them for work, I just kind of thought, is it really that professional? But I thought I'd give it a try, mostly because this one claims to have a memory foam seat that's super comfortable. People give it great reviews for that, and a gel cooling pad integrated into the seat cushion. I'm like, this is great. This sounds perfect. And it even mentions relieving pressure from tailbone. So I'm like, this might be a perfect fit. So gaming chairs are kind of weird. They're like, kind of trendy office chairs. I can't believe they made the office chair cool, but they're super, super popular. By the way, a peek inside the construction here. It's got metal framework. All the materials feel really high quality. They do call this outer wrap a leather. I'm not sure if it's synthetic or natural. It's probably synthetic. It feels like a nice, cushiony top grain leather. All of the hardware is super heavy duty, and the base of this chair was very, very heavy. And the chair that I had before this, as uncomfortable as it was a professional office chair. It was not a consumer chair. This was like, I don't know if it was made by Steelcase or one of those companies that makes, the real deal. So this is comparative, quality-wise, material-wise, build quality-wise. Also, I thought it was really cool. Everything connected with these same bolts, and they use these really good little pressure washers there, locking washers, and it kind of snaps, and you hear this kind of crackle. That sounds bad. It sounds like something's wrong, but it's not. It's like a kind of a snap or a pop when that locking washer goes into place. And everything takes the same bolt. So that was really, really, really good. Looking in the owner's guide here, it's very well laid out. The instructions are good. It took me, I did this on my lunch break. So it was about 45 minutes, 50 minutes to put this thing together. And that was moving along at a pretty good clip. I then sat in it for the afternoon, and I'll give you my feedback after having used it for one solid afternoon of Zoom calls and tell you exactly my thoughts. And, down the road, after I've had it for some time, I'll give you some more update. Some do's and don'ts. Don't have fun on the chair. Don't put your fingers in the gears there, and don't do whatever these guys are doing right here. Not a good idea, but a good user manual. And I like how they watermark. You'll notice they put little watermarks in the background of the diagrams, which is genius. So people or companies don't steal their diagrams. I thought that was really smart. A nice little touch. Here's that bolt. Everything is done with that bolt and that funky little tool that's really, really useful. I like that a lot. Okay, so here's my thoughts after sitting in this all afternoon. The base of the seat is actually pretty firm and hard, even though it supposedly has a cold foam, memory foam. You definitely need this piece. And this is where the real thick, cushiony memory foam is. They say you can use it as a backrest, but I'm using mine as a seat cushion. I'm going to unzip it here. It's got a washable cover. It's typical, good, dense memory foam. And then on one side of that, they have this blue cooling gel. It doesn't feel like super cool. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. I didn't notice it thinking, wow, this is so cool. But it definitely makes for a comfy and cozy place to sit. And then I'm going to add my other one. This is not included. I bought this separately. This is that cushion I bought from Amazon. It's just a gel cushion. This does a great job. It does a really good job. And it was almost enough by itself to make the old chair bearable. But stack them together, you've got a winning combination. I think I love the color of this. It looks really good. It's like a gold embroidered look. By the way, is that kind of tilted down to the right, that embroidery? I think it creates this illusion that it's, not level, but the chair back really is level. It just kind of looks like the stitching is a little off kilter there. So here is the base, a very sturdy base, my extra pads. Again, it only comes with one. The gel pad is extra. A little disappointed in the armrest. It's a dense kind of foam packed material. It's not a leather material. There's a couple switches you can swivel and tilt and adjust things. They're decently comfortable, but it's not like that plush sort of leather wrapped handle that I was expecting. But overall, I'm very pleased with it. I think it's a fantastic chair. By the way, this particular model is a big and tall. The regular one's cut off at 250 pounds. I probably don't need it, but I just went for the bigger chair. I'm glad I did. Okay, and as promised, here's a record.
This is a Disneyland original little long-playing record, and I am your story reader. I am going to begin now to read the story of Johnny Fedora and Alice Blue Bonnet. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page when Tinker Bell rings her little bells like this. Let's begin now. In the window of a department store, under a bright striped awning, there were two hats. Johnny Fedora, a handsome grey felt hat with a curled brim, had eyes only for Alice, a fresh and pretty bonnet with pink roses, on the other side of the window. Someday they would have their own beautiful castle in a hat box by the sea. But life was not so simple. One day a lady came into the department store, tried on the lovely blue bonnet, and decided to buy it. Alice was put into a hat box, then into a taxi. Before Johnny quite realized what had happened, she was waving goodbye to him as the taxi drove away. Johnny was lonesome indeed. Then someone lifted him out of the window and gave him a deep crease. He was being sold too. As Johnny's new owner walked down the street, Johnny looked at the other hats around him. He searched uptown, then downtown. He caught a glimpse of Alice, only to have her disappear in the crowd. After a long while, he saw her again. She was being carried far, far away from him as her owner boarded a streetcar. Johnny struggled so hard to get away that he was blown off his owner's head. He fell down into the street, where he dodged wagon wheels, bicycles, horses' hooves, and was nearly pulled apart by 2 angry dogs. Dusty and dirty, he was picked up again by someone else who needed a hat. Johnny's new owner carried him into a noisy, smoke-filled room. The room was crowded with people. Before long, a fight broke out. Johnny managed to keep out of it by hiding behind the piano. He was trampled underfoot in the confusion before the police arrived. After they had gone, he found himself behind a trash can. He peeked around it to see what was happening, and was swept up into the air by a gust of wind. Hurled down a deserted street along with leaves, papers, and debris, Johnny came to rest, at last, against a tree. Snow began to fall. The ground was soon covered. Johnny was wet and cold.
All right, guys, and that's going to do it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got good news for you. We've got record player review, actually a very notable record player coming your way very shortly. Probably will be this weekend's show if all goes according to plan. A few things need to sort of fall into place in order to make that happen, but very excited about that. Stay tuned for that coming up in the very near future. But if you want to snag this cool chair, links in the description below. I think it's really cool. By the way, I do have a discount for you if you do want to snag one. I'll put that in the description as well. Let me know what you like to sit in when listening to vinyl. Are you a couch vinyl person in the living room, or do you have it in an office space or the bedroom? What are you sitting in while you're listening to vinyl? Something we probably no other show has ever talked about. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Happy record hunting. We'll see you next time.